perceive our patterns, perceive our structures. For example, how does your Saturn treat Venus? In some charts we can have a situation where Venus gives and gives and gives to Saturn, whereas Saturn takes and takes and takes and takes. And of course that needs to be perceived and healed because of its implication for loving relationships. Just an example. Very important, underlying Vedic astrology are the tattvas or elements. Do we have a proper balance of elements? Earth, air, fire, water and spirit. That can become apparent at this time of vision quest opportunity. I mentioned the wonders of the Nakshatras of Vedic astrology. If you don't know about these, have a reading or do a course with me. And there's actually a most supreme analysis tool in Vedic astrology called Navtara or Tarabala, which examines the numerical relationship between the nakshatras in your chart and between the planets in the different nakshatras in your chart, which gives supreme insight as to how favourably or otherwise planets will manifest, and therefore what healing might or might not need to be done. I trained in psychodynamic Western astrology starting in 1994. Indeed, I did a postgraduate degree in psychology 1972 to 4, and I actually really am impressed by psychodynamic Western astrology, which shows, for example, the sub-personalities in our chart, some of which we may not be aware of, some of which may be cut off permanently or from time to time. It's so useful to have that sort of statement. All of these I offer in readings and I teach in courses. But I want to end with a point about healing. You see, it is just no good becoming an expert formula merchant for Vedic astrology or whatever. It is questionable, I feel, whether the ancient remedies are applicable to the modern consciousness of human beings, where indeed the outer planets have entered the human consciousness at the dates they were discovered. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Chiron. We need healing modalities. Healing modalities are what raise our consciousness and heal us. And certainly have a look at my wife Maggie Paschal's website, www.maggiepaschal.com. She's done 2 contributory videos and blogs for this April 2020 Starwheel Astrology newsletter. One of them is the use of EFT, or emotional freedom technique, for management of fear. And the other is a list of the online healing modalities that she does, and this can be such a time for individual and family healing now. And the vision quest that I urge you to see if you can embrace now can bring with it the realization of what needs to heal. And the next step is finding out how to heal and healing it. So, thank you for listening to my channeling of what I feel is the deep meaning of the terribly difficult energies of 2020, now more fully emerging now that there's so much lockdown. There are other parts to this newsletter, so there's like a normal presentation of the other planetary energies of this time, and indeed some are protective and favourable. Venus is in a very good state much of the time, and that's lovely. But others need to be known about and understood. And there's wonderful presentations from Dr. Liz, that's Elizabeth Hendricks, about the management of consciousness now. And there's details of some of the more specialist spiritual courses I teach with colleagues. It's a fact that the runes, the alphabet of the ancient Norse, are immense insight and support. And so is the Ogham, the tree alphabet of the ancient Irish Druids. And certainly work with the Norse and Irish gods does offer a lot for many people, certainly has done for me. And so those courses are taught with Leah Cruz, who lives in Florida now, and wonderful Norse gods artwork with so much food for thought by Frida Vidland in Sweden. So have a look at the different parts of the April 2020 Starwheel Astrology newsletter. Get in touch with me for an astrology reading. Have a look at my courses. There's a lot of them. Starwheel Astrology website, Master Vedic Astrology website, Druid Forest School, and Rune Path. That's rune-path. Now could be the time. Get in touch, enroll. Thank you.